Buried in the heart of Jordan's rugged desert, behind a narrow, winding passage through towering cliffs, lies one of the greatest archaeological wonders of the ancient world. Petra, a city literally carved into the rose-red rock, has mesmerized travelers, historians, and adventurers for centuries. But Petra is more than just beautiful stone. It's the legacy of a forgotten people. The Nabataeans, once desert nomads, built an empire from nothing. They created a thriving civilization in the harshest of landscapes. And then, just as quickly, they vanished. Who were they? How did they build a city that defied nature and time? And why did they disappear? This is the story of Petra, a story of brilliance, mystery, and echoes carved in stone. To understand Petra, we must understand its creators. The Nabataeans were a nomadic Arab tribe who appeared in historical records around the 4th century BCE. Little is known about their early origins. They left no written chronicles, no royal decrees. They were silent, yet incredibly smart. While the empires of Rome, Egypt, and Greece fought wars and built monuments, the Nabataeans carved out their power in the shadows, literally. They settled in Petra around the 3rd century BCE, choosing the site with a strategist's eye. Hidden in a narrow valley, Petra was nearly invisible to outsiders. It was a natural fortress, and it held one secret that would make them wealthy beyond imagination: control over trade. In ancient times, Petra was at the crossroads of the major trade routes of Arabia, Egypt, and the Mediterranean. Caravans laden with incense, spices, silk, and gold would stop at Petra. And the Nabataeans? They charged fees, lots of them. They became the masters of logistics. They didn't conquer through war, they conquered through commerce. But money wasn't their only strength. They were engineers, architects, planners. In the heart of a dry, unforgiving desert, they created an oasis. Perhaps the most mind-blowing mystery of Petra isn't its carvings or temples. It's water. How did the Nabataeans manage to supply an entire city, tens of thousands of people, in one of the driest places on Earth? The answer lies in their genius. They built an advanced system of dams, cisterns, and aqueducts. They carved channels into the cliffs to collect rainwater, guiding it into hidden storage areas. Nothing was wasted. Every drop of water was preserved. In times of drought, Petra thrived, while neighboring kingdoms perished. Water was their power, but with power came attention. Petra's golden age came around the 1st century BCE to the 1st century CE. The city boomed, temples rose, tombs were carved into mountains. The iconic treasury Al-Khazna, with its ornate facade, became the jewel of the city. But the Roman Empire was rising, and they had eyes on Petra. In 106 CE, the Romans annexed Nabatea. The Nabataeans didn't resist. They quietly assimilated. Petra became a Roman city, but it never quite felt Roman. Slowly, the heart of Petra faded. And then, the silence began. No one knows exactly why Petra declined. Some believe a shift in trade routes spelled its doom. Others think natural disasters, like the massive earthquakes of 363 CE and 551 CE, reduced the city to ruins. The once bustling streets were abandoned. By the 7th century, Petra was all but forgotten. Desert sands began to bury the city. Even maps erased its name. Only local Bedouins remembered, and they guarded its secrets. For over 1,000 years, Petra slept. In 1812, a young Swiss explorer named Johann Ludwig Burckhardt made history. Disguised as a Muslim scholar, he ventured into forbidden territories, led only by whispers of a lost city. The Bedouins were wary, but Burckhardt convinced them to guide him. Through the sick, Petra's narrow canyon entrance, he walked, and then the treasury appeared before him. He had found Petra. The Western world was stunned. The lost city wasn't a myth, it was real. But the rediscovery raised even more questions than answers. Despite over 200 years of excavation, Petra still keeps its secrets. Archaeologists have uncovered elaborate tombs, temples, and even a theater that could seat thousands. But the Nabataeans left behind almost no written language, only graffiti and cryptic inscriptions. What did they believe? Who were their gods? How did their society function? Some tombs are so intricately carved, they rival anything in Rome. Yet we don't know who was buried in them. Even the purpose of Petra's most iconic structure, the treasury, remains debated. Was it a temple, a tomb, a bank, or something else entirely? Today, Petra is one of the new 7 wonders of the world. Over 1 million tourists visit each year, walking the same paths carved thousands of years ago. But for the Bedouins, the descendants of the Nabataeans, Petra is still alive. They speak of spirits in the rocks, of ancient voices carried by the wind through the canyons. Some believe the Nabataeans never truly vanished, only transformed, hiding their identity in the sands. And perhaps they're watching even now. Petra is more than stone. It's a story of ingenuity, mystery, silence, and survival, of a people who beat the desert and built something eternal. The Nabataeans may have disappeared, but their legacy lives on in the red cliffs of Petra, whispering secrets in a language we've yet to fully understand. We've uncovered much, but not all. And perhaps that's Petra's greatest power, the ability to keep us wondering, because some mysteries are meant to be felt, not solved.